Welcome back to Chasing Excellence with Episode 2. Today, it's a space where we explore artistry, innovation, and the cultural impact of fashion.
Fashion is not mere aesthetics, it's a reflection of history, identity, and society. So today, we will step into the world of bold designs, timeless elegance, and stories behind those stitches.
Today's guest redefines fashion, a celebrated Bollywood designer who makes everything look exquisite, from the sketches to the runway. A national award winner for the film Devdas by Sanjay Leela Bhansali, and I'm sure we all remember Madhuri Dixit's iconic costumes. He has been awarded several prestigious platforms for his contributions to the Indian fashion industry, and has even been Oscar nominated for the film Love Beyond Words. Join us in welcoming Mr. Reza Shariffi.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Could you share a defining moment in your career that changed your approach to fashion?
The day I was approached to do the costumes for Devdas, that was something which I had not done before, stepping into an era back then. Creating those costumes changed my entire perspective towards it. It got the confidence in me that I could do it. So that's what changed.
What was the biggest challenge you faced in your career and how did you overcome it?
Doing every costume is a challenge. So when you see the final results, you have to put in your 100% or more than your 100%, and that's when your hurdles will be taken care of once you see the results. So every garment, every step you take leads to the betterment of this, and it keeps on sorting your hurdles out for you.
So what do you do how do you refresh your creativity when you run out of inspiration?
I look around in nature, I go back, get nostalgic, think about the things I've created. I add on my new bits, new thoughts, and create a different new garment. Maybe it's I add on things to whatever I've already created and create a totally different garment.
That's a very unique response.
Thanks.
So how do you see emerging fashion trends in Gen Z and Gen Alpha?
Gen Z, Gen Alpha, see, the kids have a mind of their own. They're exposed to a lot of different things as of now. So seeing references, going through a lot of seeing media and putting in your bits and pieces and your own fashion, individual thoughts will create a different garment. You all should have a statement of try creating a statement of your own, otherwise all tend up looking the same, say for example, Pinterest.
Pinterest.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
No
completely
problem.
all right.
Yeah.
So what is your view on professional dress code? I mean, in your opinion, should it be okay to wear jeans to corporate offices and colleges?
You have to dress up according to your environment. It's just so that it's a wrong word I'll be using, but that's what will explain. Just to be a rebel, you don't have to get into jeans. You have to stick by the norms. If you want to look different or wear something different, you can do that. Wear a blazer, wear a trouser at a corporate place, but you can play around with the textures, say colors also, but subtle colors. You see your tones. I'm not saying like if everybody's wearing black, blue and grays, just get into oranges and pinks. Wear your blazers and all. And jeans, you have a lot of different places where you can experiment with them, and that's where you can wear it. So dress up as per your environment.
So basically stick to the dress code but add your own flair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So adding on to what Kirti said, Do you think crop tops and ripped jeans, particularly, should be allowed in schools and colleges? And should the principal and management change their opinion on this?
As I said, you don't have to put your views. I don't want to come across as a stickler of crop tops and ripped jeans. Why do you need to wear them? What's the need to be worn in school? Like, if it's solving a purpose, yes, please wear it. But just to prove a point, you don't have to.
True.
So you can think outside the box as much as you want.
You can think outside the box, but just as she said, like a question itself was like, should the principal? Why? Why should it be that way? It's, if you are coming to a school, that's the reason you're into uniforms. But I'm not getting into the old school kind of thinking where you have to. But why distract?
Very true.
Wearing something which is not needed. Wear your crop top jeans. I'm not saying like they should be banned or they shouldn't be worn. But as I said, like in religious places also, they do not want ripped jeans and crop tops to be worn. Your dress code should be proper. It's right in a way, because if you're going to pray, if you're going to pay your respects, why do you want to get into clothing like that? There's nothing wrong in it, but still, I think we should stick by our norms. Should be comfortable in what we wear, and let the people around also be comfortable in visually seeing us.
Yeah, so what you said resonates a lot with this quote that I've heard. Discipline is the best form of self-love.
True. For all aspects, not only clothing.
True.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Thank you.
So, sir, we live in times of high-rising entrepreneurial mindset. Everyone secretly studies the market space. So, my question to you is, in your opinion, is fashion more art or commerce?
Fashion more art or commerce?
Yes.
Fashion is art. It's a combination of a lot of different things, but art, I feel.
So, how, in that perspective, how difficult is it to survive in the industry?
Fashion industry, it compartmentalized in a way, in different ways. So whichever thing you pick up, it's very easy to survive, frankly speaking. You just have to project it right, like whichever, like if it's styling, which is merchandising, styling, costuming, it falls in place.
Very true. So you had mentioned you had an interest in studying architecture previously.
True.
And there's this statement that I recalled when you had said that, and it was fashion is the architecture of people, normal everyday people. So
Yes, it
do
is.
you resonate with that? Could you elaborate?
Yes, it is. See, fashion, whoever you see around, say, I'm talking fashion in terms of day-to-day living. Like, you can see a normal vendor dressed up in a particular way, and you can see a corporate person also dressed up in a particular way, but everybody has a statement of their own. Like, even if, say for example, you two are wearing blacks, yeah, but the way your hair is, the way the necklines are, the way styling it will make everybody do, like a little black dress every girl has, but if you see them in a church or in a discotheque, it's going to look different. A black dress is a black dress, but according to your environment, the dress speaks differently.
Very true. So how do you approach pricing and making high fashion affordable to different audiences?
See, like me being a costume designer, I'm not, I create individual garments. I create a look as per the character and as per the project. So for me, I have a white canvas, from making it look very, very expensive to making it look in a budget as well. But when it comes to mass production, it's it can be affordable depending on the amount of pieces or the amount of order you get. So that way, I'm not good into that thing since I've not produced. I'm not into that field. So for me, something to do with like a particular garment, I can brief you on the same. Like the same garment in terms of look will be great. It will look identical, two identical garments, but a garment can be made, say, on a scale to 1 to 100. The same garment can be done in like, say, 10 rupees. And the same garment, identical, can look in 100 rupees. The quality, everything matters.
So you just touched upon mass production. So do you think AI, automation, and different digital tools will impact the future of fashion and design as we know it?
Yes, it is. See, all these tools have their advantages and disadvantages as well. So, like with AI and all, everything will tend to look very, very similar. It won't have a individuality of its own. Like if you create your own thing without any references or just with your thought process, the piece that will turn out will be completely different from what is mass produced or what is referred to or
True.
We get it. Yes. So we all talk about sustainability, and particularly in the fashion industry, the alarming rate of overproduction and waste, which has raised a lot of global concerns. So my question to you is, how do you approach sustainability in your designs, and what challenges do you face?
That's a tough one. See, as I said, like for me, aesthetic appeal matters a lot. So visually, whatever looks nice. So over there, to be very frank, I can't think of getting into the sustainability part of it. For me, it's about making a garment look appealing. It has to look right on screen. It has to have the right amount of reflectivity or the right. So there I can't. So I have to use plastics and acrylic and everything. So it's hard for me to be sustainable.
That's very true. You mentioned the reflectivity of light on the set and all these different factors that go into it. So has there ever been a last-minute change or touch-up that you've had to make on set? How do you manage it all?
See, since we are talking about reflectivity, let me put it like there was a shoot going on where I had used a lot of mirrors, again to make it look blingy and shimmery and all of that. But the camera and everything else was getting reflected, and there was a lot of sunlight which was bothering. There was a lot of jitter and everything happened. So I couldn't change the garment. So we had to use very, very different techniques. We applied a lot of wax, Vaseline on the mirrors and made it non-reflective. At the same time, the shine and the shimmer reduced, but the impact was not that bad. So we have to make do with things like these.
That was a very creative solution, and those were some great answers.
Yes.
Thank you.
So now it's time to move on to our fun segment,
Sure.
a rapid fire round called Fun Takes with Fashion.
According to you, what is the most overrated fashion trend?
Overrated fashion. Ripped denims.
Oh my god.
All the teenagers are going to be so upset.
Yes.
They're going to be really angry.
The most ridiculous fashion trend that you secretly love.
ridiculous fashion trend that is secretly. See, with me, fashion is nothing is ridiculous in fashion. As I said, like I don't have an aversion towards ripped jeans also. It's a rapid fire, right?
That's okay.
Ridiculous fashion. I think, again, sorry, low-rise pants.
Okay. If you could swap closets with anyone, who would it be?
Anybody boho. I mean,
Bohemian is your
Bohemian
favorite.
is my
Of
favorite.
course, I get it.
The strangest place you have found fashion inspiration.
Strangest place. Frankly, every person I see, I pick and choose something out of that person and I try incorporating. So every place is an inspiration for me. Every person, every individual is an inspiration for me.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What's the biggest myth about fashion designers?
That their jobs are very, very glamorous and they can do anything in terms of style. But I don't think that's possible because as an individual, you are a human being. So it's not that whatever you do is going to look right. So on yourself also, you have to take care. So you have to be styled well yourself and groomed well yourself.
Very true. Last question. Would you rather wear Crocs to work every day or a tuxedo to the gym?
Crocs to work every day.
That was really fun.
Yes, of course, I
Thank you.
agree. But sir, before we let you go, we still have one last question to ask you. What advice would you like to give to anyone who aspires to enter the industry?
Being on sets, doing being on a practical job is more important rather than it's not that you don't need a degree or a diploma. You do need, but being on field with like-minded people who learn from them, that's what matters a lot.
Wow, that's great advice.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you with us today, sir. And I'm sure that this conversation has helped so many people who had dreams sewn into their eyes. We can't thank you enough for joining us today and sharing your inputs on everything that you've shared today. And once again, thank you.
Thanks for having me over. Thank you. Both of you. Don't forget to like,
Share.
Subscribe.